What's up, guys? All right, we're gonna do the pound for pound countdown. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it live here. We're at number 10. So let me see. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see here. Just a minute. All right. First thing I want to do. Let's just go over just a few things. I like to grab a few things and through the week, and then go over them in these vlogs. And this is one of the things that I wanted to touch on. Just a swing I saw from Ohtani. Ohtani's number, let's see what Ohtani is. Let's see what he is on the pound for pound list. Ohtani's 25 on the all-time pound for pound list as of now. Of course, he can move up or down. So let's take a look at his swing. Very lead side dominant, and obviously he writes and throws with his lead arm. So he tends to have a lot of lead side pull. Has his bat typical of lead side pull. He has his bat pretty upright. Guys who lead or pull more with their lead side in the swing will tend to kind of put their bat in a position where they can take a backswing. And that's what Ohtani does. And then it flattens out right there. Nice and connected there at contact. And then a wide finish. All characteristic of a lead side pull action. This is a swing that was sent to me, and I cropped out the person's head, so I don't know if he wants me showing his face. So let's just see. The reason why I wanted to look at this swing is because this is typical of a swing that people send me these days. No matter how much they're trying to utilize a more lead side pull, they stay in more of the conventional swing. And today's swing is just hanging back and a lot of extension with the arms. And here you go. This is what I see right here. Hard extension with the arms. Even though these people who are sending me their swings, they're thinking that they're doing lead side pull, and they're sending them to me and saying, "What do you think?" And if you can see here, this is just very much back arm dominant, this action. Just look at where he is here. Look at how much exertion there is in the forward direction at this point. Just take a look at the position. That is hard extension out towards the pitcher. That's a lot of back arm dominance there. And then there's a lot of hanging back as well. This is today's typical swing. And I just don't like it. I mean, I don't. We're going to take another look at an example of today's swing action. Okay, so here is a swing. Now, this is obviously Richard Skank's one of his channels on Instagram or YouTube. And this is a major leaguer, apparently. This is, again, guys, I don't know what the fascination is with this swing. I mean, this is just a fad swing here that we're seeing. This is the today's, it's just a fad that's going on right now, and it's not in line with what's optimal. Let me see here for a second. So as we go through this swing, look at this. Hanging back on the back leg, pushing out hard with the arms. And again, this similar position, this, extent, like I see this all the time in today's swing. It's so pushy. I mean, it's funny because I know Richard Skank thinks that his swing doesn't cause pushiness, or he advocates against being pushy. But you have to. If you're going to hang back on the back leg and you're not ever understanding that you have to pull more with the lead side, if you're not talking about that, you're going to get pushy. What else is going to swing? The body's hanging back. So this is just not, these aren't good positions. This isn't a good swing. You can see the flip there too. Look at that flip. Not a good, and look at this. Look how much he's hanging back. Look how tense and stiff the swings are. Look at this. Just completely hanging back. And here he is taking a swing with just his lead arm. Richard Skank is catching on. He's hearing about the lead arm swings, but he's just not doing it right. Look at this. This is not right. When you see guys do lead arm swings like this is weak. Look, the arm by itself, it's already detaching from the body. Doesn't that tell you that that's not ideal? We want to have the arm connected to the body for as long as possible. Would Griffey look like this at this point? Look at this. Look how disconnected he is. He's all arms. And just leaning back like crazy. So anyways, I wanted to go over those videos just for a second. Let's see where we're at. 4 people on right now. Good. Well, 8 people now. All right, we're moving up. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm just going over some video before I get to the pound for pound countdown. We're doing number 10 today. Before I get to him, I just wanted to go over a few videos that I collected through the week. And if you missed it, we were basically just going over this major leaguer's swing. He's working with Richard Skank, and he's got the typical swing that you see from guys today, the conventional, hang back on the back leg. And if you're hanging back on the back leg, what else are you going to do? You're going to have to use your hands. I'm just cleaning the camera here. See if that works. You're going to have to use your hands. You're hanging back on the back leg. What's great about using more lead side pull is you tend to learn how to use your body to swing. I mean, people always say, use your body to swing, or use your rotation, their whole rotational hitting. I've said this before, haven't talked about it for a while, but someone actually brought it up recently. The rotational hitting movement. A lot of you guys might not remember it. Maybe you weren't even, playing at the time. Maybe you're too young to know what it is. But this was a movement in the early 2000s. Towards basically, it was a movement that developed because there was so much push in the swing. Basically, there was so much push of the hands. It's like people always intuitively knew about the more lead side swing. I mean, there's so many things that they're trying to move in that direction, but they just didn't know how to say it. The rotational hitting movement was because guys were basically seeing too much push in the swing, and they thought we need more rotation. And they were right. But just saying get more rotation in the swing is not going to solve the problem. It's not going to lead somebody to utilizing more lead side pull. Now, if you utilize more lead side pull, you end up being more rotational. But just telling someone be more rotational is not going to lead to more lead side pull, if that makes sense. In other words, the real to get to the specific answer to the swing is more lead side pull. And if you dance around it and you don't actually get to that specific thing, I don't think you ever actually, I think you're pretty off the mark. And you know, today's popular swing is still too pushy. And I was just giving examples of that. It's you know, if you're hanging back on the back leg, again, what else are you going to use but the pushing of your hands to hit the ball? Because you're not able to use your body. All your weight is on your back foot. It's an interesting time that we're in right now. Everyone just basically is jumping on the bandwagon of this popular swing action, and it's almost like it's like on stage it looks like a real dramatic swing. I mean, let's just take a look at this guy's action. This is a major leaguer, again, working with Skank. Just look at his action. It just looks, look how dramatic that looks. Look at that. Take a picture. Like it just, doesn't it? It just looks like, look how hard I swung. You know, like leaning back and admiring your shot. It looks like it's right, you know, because it's so dramatic. But it's just, it's all bark and no bite, I guess is a way to say it. It's just like, I mean, just look at the position that he's getting into here. Look, extremely disconnected. Back him up. I mean, look at that position. That's terrible. I see space between his lead arm and his body, a lot of space. And it's always these guys who are like, God, man, they could absolutely crush the ball if they had a good swing. They probably crush it anyways, but if they had a Griffey level swing, I mean, it would be insane, right? But look at this positioning. This is just so average. It's just so handsy. I mean, how do you look at this and you don't think like, okay, we're messing up here? How does Richard Skank look at this and not think, maybe I'm off the mark? Maybe I'm doing something wrong? Because this just isn't good. I don't know how you could defend this position right here. I'd be extremely disappointed if I was working with someone and I was getting this position from him. And again, look how hard the extension is. Look how much like exertion and tenseness is in the upper body. Name a pound for pound great who was this tense through the swing. It's just not what you see, guys. I just don't know why we're on such why we're so off. I mean, I get it when I look at the evolution of it. A steroid user, you know, in Barry Bonds threw everybody off. He threw me off too. I remember at that time in 2003, 2002, around that 2001, I was looking at a lot of video and I was like confused by Bonds. I was like, I don't understand. I mean, I don't understand why he's doing this well, because if you positionally, It's not what I see when I see, guys who tend to be great. Not that he had a terrible swing, but especially as he got bigger, it was just very it was very similar to this kind of swing. And he was throwing me off. And now he's throwing the whole world off. He's throwing the whole baseball community off. So I see how it happened. And then you have, it's a perfect red herring situation. First Bonds, and everyone still is copying him. Even though we know he gained 50 pounds of like basically pure muscle, or 40 pounds of pure muscle. And we copy guys like this, like Bonds, and like Aaron Judge and Miguel Cabrera and Alex Rodriguez. These are huge guys who, quite simply, because of their strength, can get away with stuff. And if you're just going to copy guys like that, you're going to just be copying stuff that's probably not good. Anyways, let me see where we're at here. I saw a video interview where Ted Williams told Tony Gwynn to swing harder, pull the ball, and he had a lot more home runs and had better averages just by swinging harder. Yeah, Mickey Mantle, he was going for home runs. Babe Ruth going for home runs. You don't necessarily have to go for home runs in the sense of like trying to swing up. It's okay if you swing up, but the whole like trying to place the ball, you don't necessarily have to do that. I don't think. I think just trying to hit the ball hard, I think, is really what your goal should be. There have been guys who tried to hit the ball, swing down, and didn't worry about home runs. There have been guys who tried to lift the ball and tried to hit home runs. I think the quintessential piece in all of them is that they swung hard. Mike Schmidt would say, don't swing hard. But I think what happened with him is he just had to try to loosen up, loose, something that's not in today's conventional popular swing, looseness. You can see in the position that this guy's in, looseness is not in today's swing. So I think when guys say don't swing hard, what they really mean is go ahead and swing hard, but be loose. Because obviously the answer is not to not swing hard. I still think the best home run hitter of all time in Babe Ruth. He would swing so ridiculously hard. And I think the first priority is that you get lead side dominance in your swing. And the second priority is, second priority is probably the secondary cushion. Third, though, is swing hard. Swing hard. But don't swing hard with a crappy swing. That's what this major leaguer's doing. And it's like putting the cart before the horse or something like that. It's just why are you putting so much energy into it when you don't even have what's really important, which is a good swing? Let's get that down first, and then all the energy that you put into it is going towards something. A lot more than if you have a bad swing and you're putting a lot of energy into it. So, love the Swing Like Griffey book. Totally transformed my kid's swing. He is right-handed, or right-hand dominant, and swings lefty. Perfect. Once he felt the lead side take over, a switch was flipped. It has simplified everything. Man, Jeff, that is awesome. That's exactly what I want to hear, man. That's what I was always working for, and honestly never knew that I would get it. I just was, if I had to teach what people are teaching out there, I would not be doing this. That's why I disappeared for like 8 years. Because I didn't really understand the swing to the point where I felt like it has to be simple. If guys are coming to see me and I'm giving them 4 or 5 or 6 different swing thoughts, and then it's only ending up them looking more stiff and robotic, then I'd rather not even be in this field. I'll go flip burgers somewhere or something. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting sent swings by guys like Jeff of their sons, 12, 10 years old, 12, and I'm so happy that these guys, I mean, first of all, the swings are beautiful. I mean, if you catch the kids at the right time and you don't let you know, you don't let the coaches adulterate their swing, man, they're just so beautiful, these swings. And they really are lead side dominant. And I'm seeing these swings and I'm just like, man, they're doing it. They're preventing the coaches from making the changes that are poor changes to the swing. And they're just having them swing with the lead arm every now and then. That's it. You don't have to do any more than that. For you older guys, if you've already developed a lot of back arm exertion in your swing, then you need to put a little bit more thought into it. But for kids, I really, the more and more I see, and I see a lot of swing guys send me swings every day, and of their little kids, and the more I see it, the more I think just swing with the lead arm. Especially in little kids, just continue swinging with the lead arm, and it'll morph in that direction, in the right direction. And it's simple. You don't, man, the worst thing you can do to kids is get all technical with them. I've been doing this for decades now. And look, I've made all the mistakes. I used to get technical with kids. I would avoid being technical with kids at all costs at this point. Just have fun. Get the repetitions in by having fun. Have them see as many pitches as possible. Tell them just swing with just the lead arm. We're gonna grab a bat and just take swings with the lead arm. Let's play home run derby with just the lead arm from both sides. I mean, how many you could come up with 1,000 different games. I don't know. Let's do how many home runs can you hit from the right side with just your lead arm? How many home runs can you hit from the left side with just your lead arm? Let's play a game, keep track, and then see next week if we can beat our old record, or maybe compete with a friend, dad pitches, But just when I see like all this technical talk with 9 and 10-year-olds, I just think I kind of think it's really silly. One, they're not enjoying it. Two, it's not doing anything. Three, they don't even understand what you're talking about. Four, you're ruining the fun that could be had. Five, it's not necessary. Six, why don't you just have fun? I mean, and get more done anyways. But what's difficult about swinging with just the lead arm? That's the only thing I would recommend for kids, for little kids. That's not getting technical. That's not getting technical at all. So, all right, let's get to number 10 on the pound for pound list. Everyone good? Any questions up to now? I have some questions. If anyone wants to answer, how are you guys feeling with the lead side action? You guys probably have started playing. It's pretty warm in most of the United States now. How's it going with the lead side dominant action that you guys are working on? I'm going to go to the video. You guys can go ahead and answer that. I'm going to go to the video and reveal number 10 on the pound for pound list. Let's see. So number 10 on the new pound for pound list, again, which takes into account batting average. So it's the old pound for pound list where I only took into account body weight and at bats per home run, but now we're taking into account batting average too. And honestly, the list doesn't change that much, but everyone out there was kind of like, not everyone, but a lot of people were like, man, you should take into account consistency too. It's not all about home runs. And I kind of feel like at bats per home run is taking into account consistency because it's the consistency of home runs, but that's okay. So we added batting average to the mix. And it is Ralph Kiner. Ralph Kiner, man, was such an underrated hitter as well. Let's take a look at his stats. Just for a sec here, I want to take a look at Kiner. Huh. I thought I had him. Here. Let me see. So Ralph Kiner, OPS plus of 149, which is, I look at OPS plus as like every 10 points. First of all, it's the number one stat for just determining the value of a hitter. I mean, people always say, was Williams better than Aaron? And was Aaron better than Ruth? And was Willie Mays better than? Just look at OPS plus. Okay. It's pretty simple. That's basically how good was a guy in the batter's box. Just look at OPS plus. And there's one guy who was above 200, and that's Babe Ruth. I mean, to me, Babe Ruth is the best hitter of all time, and there's really no dispute. There's not even a close second place. Ted Williams was at one. What was his OPS plus for lifetime? 190 something? I forget what it was, but to me, OPS plus basically every 10 points is like a level to me. And so Ralph Kiner was at 149. You know, someone like Ken Griffey Jr., I think, was 136. So he's like a level above Ken Griffey Jr., like a level and a half above Tony Gwynn, who was at 134. So Ralph Kiner, a level above Ken Griffey Jr., 10 points higher than Ken Griffey Jr. in OPS plus. Led the league in home runs 7 years in a row. I do believe that that's a record, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think Babe Ruth did that. I could be mistaken, but I don't think he did. Lifetime batting average of 279. So the years that he led the league in home runs was 46 to 52. He had 23. I don't know how that's the league lead in home runs, but he had 23, then 51, then 40, then 54, then 47, then 42, and then 37. Really just an amazing hitter. Hit 313 the year he hit 51 home runs. Hit 310 the year he hit 54. That's got to be one of the best seasons of all time. Never won the MVP. I don't know. How do you not win the MVP when you hit 310 with 54 homers? And he's fourth in the MVP. Okay. Doesn't seem right. But again, the MVP voting, just like the baseball swing instruction culture and baseball culture in general, they overrate batting average. So they probably picked some guy with a high batting average that year. They also give a lot of credit to, like, the hustler kind of hitter, like the leadoff scrappy guy. They've always loved that guy too. I mean, Babe Ruth won the MVP once. That just tells you there's something wrong with the voting. Anyways, getting back to Kiner's swing, let's take a look. There you can see beautiful slotting action. Look how the back arm just folds and connects. Look how low that back arm is. Just relaxing and connecting to the body. Now, I used to think that this was kind of a too much exertion in that action. All that should be going on there is the back arm is just kind of loose and following more of a lead side pull action. And this is what it does when it follows more of a lead side pull. Here we have a great looking view of the side here. There again, not a lot of straightness in the lead arm, but that's okay. That's the way Kiner did more lead side pull. And this is fine. A little bit more like a Mookie Betts does it. Lead arm is more bent, but you can see the back arm has slotted or has dropped straight to his side. And the barrel has flattened. And here he is in a beautifully connected position. This is the kind of connection that you want. And then the extension comes after contact. Beautiful slotting action there. Look how low the hands are, how flat the bat has gotten. Kind of similar to the swing I posted recently on Instagram of Corey Snyder, where the back arm seems to extend at the same time that the wrist kind of finishes the swing around the body. Here's Corey Snyder. Very similar action. See how the back arm like extends at the same time the wrist kind of finishes the swing? It's a late extension of the back arm. That's something that happens in more of a lead side pull. Look at that, very upright and kind of, again, typical of more of a lead side pull swing. Guys like to be more upright to get that backswing. You tend to want more of a backswing when you're utilizing more lead side pull. And look at that slotting action. Guys, make sure that the barrel flattens and the hands drop a little bit at the start of the forward swing. Look at that. Look at that position right there. Back arm and bat in alignment beautifully. Look at that. Hard to see on this one, but looks a little bit less upright, but it's hard to tell from this angle. It's more of a high inside pitch that he's kind of pulling the hands in, and it's okay to go ahead and adjust and let the arm drift away from the body to get that inside pitch. So there you go. Let's see where we're at with questions. What are your thoughts on Corbin Carroll's setup change? He used to have the bat laying even on by his shoulder to straight up or leaning towards the pitcher. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. Um, Corbin Carroll is a pound for pound great. I don't know where he is on the list, but he is a pound for pound great. Let's see where he is. He's 66 on the all-time pound for pound list. Hits a home run every 24.67 at bats, weighing about 170. So no, I'd be interested to see it. Maybe I can do a vlog on the swing change when I understand what it is. I wonder how he's doing. I haven't even seen how he's doing this year. Let's see. He's doing very well. Wow. Are you kidding me? Jeez. Oh, he's crushing it. I mean, absolutely crushing it. All right, I got to do a vlog on him. I mean, even he must it must be a good change. Sounds like it's good. But I'd love to see it, you know. I almost think that like sometimes guys make a change and unbeknownst to them they became more lead side pull because of it. I almost think that no change is ever going to really do much unless it somehow makes them pull more with the lead side or be more rotational. Um, Basically have more of a lead side pull type of action, whether they're feeling more lead side pull or not. That they may or may not feel that, but I I I feel like whether it's a mistake or whether it's on purpose, it's got to be something that leads them to more lead side pull, or else it's probably not a change that's very helpful. I mean, even someone like Aaron Judge, just forcing the barrel to flatten out can touch on having more lead side pull. It can touch on being more connected at contact. You see what I'm saying? So these are all things that the lead side pull action will lead to. And you can artificially create these things. It's not the best way to go about it, but it can help. And that's actually how I improved in college. I um I made a change that I wasn't at all thinking more lead side pull, but I made a change that led to positions that were more lead side pull. Um, and I ended up probably feeling more lead side pull, but that's not what I was necessarily trying to do. I was just getting in these positions that tend to go along more with lead side pull. Actually, what I did was I looked at a picture of Ken Griffey Jr. and saw that he was so connected at contact, and I just thought, how can I just be more connected at contact? And that too can be a great way to make a swing change for a lot of people. Just hit off a tee, and try to be as connected at contact as you can, and hit the ball as hard as you can. Do those two things, and that'll typically lead to a pretty damn good swing change for most people, especially these days where people are just so disconnected. Um, so number 10 is Ralph Kiner. And thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Just thought I'd do the pound for pound countdown in a live fashion. So I appreciate you guys showing up, and we'll see you next time. So let's see here.